We're now joined by head coach Buzz Williams. And, Coach, a lot of hard work went into this game tonight, particularly in the second half. How were you able to really pull away from the Keydets there down the stretch?
Well, just like I told our team, we have to figure out what the issues were with the team that we put on the floor in the first half, and then what the issues were in a positive way with the team we put on the floor in the second half, because the opponent was the same. I think the thing is, and not trying to sound too cliche as a coach, the opponent is really not VMI. The opponent is us, and that goes back to what I was telling you in the shoot-around and post-game, the last game. That's a sign of a very immature team. That doesn't mean that you're not talented, doesn't mean you can't win, doesn't mean that you can't lose. It means that there's something that's a derivative of the group that we have to figure out, and that's why I believe it's a race to maturity. And so I just literally told our guys, here's a sheet of paper and here's a pad and here's a pen. I want you to write down through 7 days what you've learned, the top 3 things, not what I said, what you learned in your heart, what you believe in your heart, lead to losing. And then I want you to write down the top 3 things that you believe in your heart that you've learned that lead to winning. We have played 3 games, and other than Bibbs and Jalen, every other player that has played, and Shane, every other player in their career at Virginia Tech, they've played a combined 3 games. And so I think sometimes, as I told you, my mind goes too fast. And so I think they grasp things that they don't grasp. And I don't necessarily mean strategy. I mean strategy and everything else. And so I'm going to hold them accountable to those things that they wrote down in the locker room. And I told them I'd memorize them tonight, and I would take a picture and send it to them. And we're going to work from those things that they wrote down over the next 7 days. Because 7 days from now, we're going to play 3 more games. 7 days from right now, we'll be on the plane coming home from Florida. But, man, we can't even think about getting to Florida. We better figure out how we can get a little bit better tomorrow, because this is going to lead to an early death for me, that's assured. But before that happens, I want to make sure that I'm doing all that I can to help these kids grow up.
You must have done a good job with your halftime speech, because they played much better in the second half in terms of playing defense. They only shot 21%. You guys shot 50%, rebounded better in the second half.
Way better. Yeah. Way better. Yeah, and what was the group on a week ago Saturday? And then how can you explain that same group on Wednesday? Okay, whatever that comparison is and contrast is. And then tonight, at least it was first half and second half instead of 2 separate games. But there has to be something in there, I hope, about defending and finishing the possession with the rebound and only giving them 1 shot. At some point, there has to be something in there about we just need to get a shot instead of having, we're turning it over 20% of the time. Those things we have to start changing.
What was your assessment of Justin Robinson's game tonight? You gave him a pretty stiff challenge defensively on QJ Peterson, had some early turnovers, seemed like settled down from there, and played pretty hard throughout, it seemed like.
I honestly, I love all our kids, and I believe in who they are as people. I believe in the stories that led them to Virginia Tech. I believe in their talent. Specific to 5, I call him 5 because there's too much confusion with the other Justin. Man, he's had to bite off a big chunk to start his career. Hey, sorry, the guy that's played every minute at point, he can't play. And by the way, you got to guard number 12 from Alabama State. And by the way, you got to guard number 22 from VMI. That's a lot. And, Seth's playing out of position at times because 5's got to get a blow at some point. But, yeah, I have been pleased with him. I would like him not to be he's turning it over a little bit too much, but some of that is relative to his maturity. But he gets it, and he wants to do right. He is a super kid.
Nice to see him shoot some free throws better. Did y'all work on that in the last few days?
We need to be able to make free throws. Johnny can't shoot. Everybody knows Johnny can't shoot, but then Johnny may be tough enough and about half scared of me that he makes 2 out of 3 so he can stay on the floor. So I think we're going to get fouled. I think we've recruited a team to draw fouls. Those are the kind of guys that you want to coach, the guys that are hard to guard. If you're hard to guard, that means you're going to get fouled. And you want a high percentage. I don't know if we want a high percentage of points from the free throw line, because if you're doing those things, it's going to lead to other really good things.
Close with Buzz Williams on this one. It's obviously been an emotional day here in Blacksburg, Coach, and a dramatic end down the road early tonight. It looks like you put on your own tribute here for the second half with the Frank Beamer T-shirt. Can you just talk about that?
Yeah, I saw it. Well, actually, I didn't see it because I don't go out in public too much, but somebody told me about it and took a picture of it. And so I told them to buy it. And then I had Lyle go to wherever the store was and said, put it on this shirt. I wasn't able to see all the game, obviously, in preparation for this game, but cheering for all of those guys, not only Coach Beamer, cheering for all of those assistants, cheering for all of those assistants' wives, cheering for all their children, and want to honor Coach today, yesterday, last week. Want to honor Coach a year from now. Doesn't mean I won't be cheering for the next group of guys that come in, but want to be a coach's coach, as I said to you in pregame. And if there's an example in the encyclopedia of what it means to do right as a person and do right as a coach, I think you have a hard time finding one better than Coach Beamer.
No doubt about it, but we're still not going to let you off the hook Monday night.
Yeah, I don't even know why you guys are doing that. It's kind of, and the thing that I've noticed with John is I listened to Coach Beamer because they were singing happy birthday to his wife, right?
Yeah.
And I noticed that in the 30 minutes that Coach Beamer was on the show, there was only one commercial break. Yet when I'm on the show for 30 minutes, it's 4 commercial breaks. We're like, yeah, Buzz is here. Let's hurry up and run through all the commercials so Coach can occupy all the real time. So you guys aren't tricking me with that.
We're going to fix that.
Coach, we're going to take our final break here tonight. Thanks so much.